Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here's another video about exercise 36, and here you need to factorize a couple of different things, so I'd like to show you how it works. One thing you should do before watching this video is take a look at this page, but you can also pause the video here and take a look at it now, because here it says 3 ways to factorize. So sometimes, and please notice this, here you see two different things, right? X squared plus 9x. Then you factorize it by putting the common factor outside the brackets. So here are a couple of examples. Sometimes you see three things, x squared, x, and a normal number. And then you use the product sum method. And sometimes you see x squared and a normal number, so not an x. Here there was an x, but here there's not. And then you use this, the difference of two squares. Well, actually later in this chapter, if we're ever going to do a test about this, then I'm probably not going to ask you to factorize it like that, because there's also a much easier way to solve this if you have to solve an equation later. But for this exercise you do have to use it, so please take a look at it. I'm going to show you a couple of examples. So let's get this out of the way. Here we have 36a. X squared plus 15x is 26. So we see three different things. That means we need to use the product sum method. So you need to find two numbers. If you multiply them, you get 26. And when you add them, you get 15. So I'll show you what the answers are here. The answers are, let me see, 13 and 2. Because 13 times 2 is 26. And 13 plus 2 is 15. Next one. Here we see also three different things. So you have to use the product sum method again. So write down an x there, write down an x there. Two numbers, if you multiply them you get 26 again, but when you add them you get minus 27. Well, in this case it's minus 26 and minus 1, because when you multiply them you get plus 26, and when you add them you get minus 27. In the next one we see two different things, x squared and 27x. So here you factorize it by putting the common factor in front of brackets. What that means is you only get one set of brackets, you put something in front of it, you look what you can divide this and that by, and you can divide it both by x. And then here in the brackets you get x minus 27. Because if you work the brackets out now, x times x is x squared, x times 27 is 27x. Here we have the third thing, the difference of two squares, that's what it's called, a bit of a difficult name. Well, basically what you have to do is write down an x here, write down an x there, and then you take the square root of 81. The square root of 81 is 9, and then you write down a plus somewhere and a minus for the other one. You can actually swap them, that doesn't matter, but I'll show you why this is correct. Because if you work out the brackets now, x times x is x squared, x times minus 9 is minus 9x, 9 times x is plus 9x, and 9 times minus 9 is minus 81. And what you'll notice here is minus 9x plus 9x. So that's going to be 0. So you can sort of ignore that, because it's going to be 0 anyway. So that's why it's the same as this. That's how the difference between two squares works. And then the last one, we see two different things here. So we have to use the common factor, and that needs to be in front of the brackets. But this one is a bit more difficult than C, because here we have an x in front of the brackets, but also something else. Because 8 and 4 can both be divided by 4. And then here you have 2x left, and here you have 1. Because if you work out the brackets now, 4x times 2x is 8x squared, and 4x times 1 is 4x. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.